Hello, Greg speaking.
Hello, Greg.
Hi.
Hi, it's David from TRANOΗ.
Hi,
How
David.
are
How you
you?
doing?
Thank you for receiving us on the call today for
No problem.
TRANOΗ Radio, the podcast. Greg,
Yes.
apparently there is a surprise coming up in TRANOΗ very soon
Okay.
with thanks to Johnstons of Elgin.
Yes.
The
there
Queen is
indeed.
coming to TRANOΗ.
That is very true. Yes, the Queen is coming to TRANOΗ. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much for this present.
Our pleasure.
Well, okay. So, joke apart, Johnstons of Elgin is. Can you tell us the story about this? Why am I saying this?
Well, John, just to give you a very brief overview, yeah, Johnston's it's a 220-year-old company. We're the second oldest family business in Scotland, and we are pioneers of cashmere manufacturing. So we have two factories in Scotland. One that takes fibre from its raw state. We spin yarn, we dye, we weave, we finish it all in house, and we make some beautiful accessories and woven fabrics with that. And we also have a second factory in the south of Scotland, in the Borders, which is the home of knitwear in the UK, and that's where we manufacture some beautiful knitted garments, knitted accessories, knitwear, etc. Yeah, so that's who we are, and this will be the first time that we've shown at TRANOΗ.
Yes, I know, but I was making this joke, who I wish wasn't a joke, because I really would like to meet the Queen, because you are the supplier of the Queen, of the crown.
Of the Queen's son, yes, we have a royal warrant. I mean, we've indirectly supplied the royal family for many years. In fact, at the very first exhibition, really, the Great Exhibition in 1851, we won an award for our vicuna shawls. We were the first company in the UK to import vicuna and cashmere into Great Britain, and really since then we've continued to supply the royal family indirectly. But a few years ago we received the royal warrant for supplying Prince Charles. We supply some tweed to one of his estates in the north of Scotland. So yeah, quite proud of that. I'm afraid I don't think the Queen will be coming to TRANOΗ, but
bring the sun.
You never know. We can text her. We can send her an Instagram and find out if she can.
Yes, please bring one of the sons. Bring someone,
Okay.
just someone. I wanna
We'll do
meet
our best.
someone there. It's funny because you said it's
22 this year.
22 years old, and yet the style is so modern and elegant, and you could think of it as a very British classic brand, but it's not. When you look at the collections, they are very modern, as I was saying. So
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean that's really been one of the key points of our creative director Alan Scott to ensure that the collection is relevant, that it's modern, but also using the same techniques that we've used for hundreds of years. Essentially, the craftsmen and craftswomen who use the same techniques, the same machinery that we've used for many years. That hasn't changed. There's certain things, there's certain processes that we do that have not changed at all. But of course, the product has to change. It has to be fresh. It has to be new. So it's very key for us that we look into the past. Certainly, so a lot of the designs that are inspired by things that we have done in the past. That we have a wonderful archive going back over 100 years. So the design team often look into those when it comes to designing scarves or some ready-to-wear fabrics. So the history is very important, but of course the fit, the fabrics, the touch, to feel it has to be relevant. It has to be modern.
Of course. And as you were saying, it's everything is made in Scotland, right?
Correct. Yeah.
From beginning to the end.
For the majority, yeah. So our tailoring, it uses our fabric, which is woven in Scotland. The actual makeup of the garments is in Naples, with a partner that we work very closely with. But everything else is manufactured in our factories. So, and that's from the fibre that we source directly, and in Inner Mongolia, to the weaving, to the spinning, to the dyeing, weaving, knitting. Everything is in our two locations in Scotland.
I wanted to to ask you about gender. I mean, do you do as much men's as women's, or do you concentrate more on?
We do. I mean, in the past, I'd say we were always seen more as a menswear brand. I think that wasn't necessarily our intention, but that was how markets perceived the brand, that it was more menswear focused. But as of today, it really is about a 50-50 split. Yeah.
And do you have any iconic pieces?
For this new collection, we've got some beautiful handmade coats using 100% wool fabric, which are iconic. I mean, you'll see those front and center at the show next week. We've curated a few of our key looks. There's some beautiful lightweight cashmeres, which have been printed. We don't generally do a lot of print at Johnstons, but we've got 3 really key prints in the collection for next autumn winter, which are inspired by 1920s, 1930s, the golden age of travel. They're stunning.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so there's a few pieces that are really key, that are really strong for us. We're also manufacturing in super fine cashmere as well, and 30 gauge cashmere. There's a few pieces that are real hero pieces, but right across the collection, there's interesting pieces right throughout.
Okay, and you were saying earlier that it's the first time you do TRANOＩ. And
yes.
We are very honored to have you with us. Is it the first time you do a trade show? Is it the first time you go to a show, a fair?
We do shows elsewhere. I mean, we have a very strong brand in the UK. Of course, we are a British brand.
Yes.
We have a good market there. In terms of other shows, we do some shows in New York. We do Pitiomo, of course, in Florence for menswear. And we do a few shows elsewhere in some other geographies in the world. But This is the first show that we've done in France. And really, we want to grow the brand in France. We're not particularly well known in this market. So we really want to use TRANOＩ as a platform to meet with French retailers and get the name out there in France.
Well, I hope you can meet your needs and wishes.
I hope so. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
We'll make sure we try to help you on this, of course. We are very happy to welcome you, as I was saying. I hope it's the first time of a long love story between Johnstons and TRANOI.
Well, Scotland and the French, there's definitely a real connection there. So now we hope this will be the first show of many.
We're not just talking about rugby here, right?
Well, not just rugby, although that is very important. And I say we supply the Scottish Rugby Union actually with some cashmere sweaters. So no, rugby is very important to us. But no, the relationship between France and Scotland runs a bit deeper than that. So
definitely.
But no, we're delighted that we're going to be showing at TRANOI, and we hope it's the start of a very beautiful relationship together.
Amen. Amen to that. Thank you very much, Greg, for this quick chat for TRANOＩ Radio, and I will see you very soon with the best pieces of cashmere
the best pieces
in
of
the
cashmere,
world.
Let's just say that, in the world.
Yes, in the world.
Ever.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I'll speak to you soon. Bye, Greg.
Thanks. Bye.